Hello everybody, we're back with another Overlord video. Today we'll be getting the blue minions.
Always a pleasure to have you around, Lord, but don't you think you should be elsewhere? You know, doing your job.
Yeah, we're about to get the blue minions now. We're literally about to leave, so just calm down. So the blue minions in Heaven's Peak. We've got 3 quests. Find out the plague. Use the sewers to enter Heaven's Peak, which we need the blues for, and locate the blue minions hive, which we saw right at the end of the 2 episodes ago. So we'll be heading towards the blues now, which is near the Heaven's Peak swamp teleporter. So in some of these places there are 2 main teleporters where we can just teleport in between them, and all our minions will come with us. It's nice. I like how it works. So we could just go through and our minions will come with us, like so. I did that entirely for demonstration purposes. So if you guys remember, we went over there, which is where we saw the blue minions. If you didn't watch the video where we saw that, make sure to go check it out. So the blue minions are actually just in here, the moist hollows. So let's head through and get the blue minions.
Quick, follow them.
So it starts the same way as the green ones, following them.
As you can see, Lord, the blues are not adept fighters. But they can resurrect fallen minions. As you can see, sire, blues can cross water. You will need their skills to retrieve that hive.
So we already found the hive pretty quick, but we can't get it out straight away, which is quite unfortunate. We have to go through the entire place. We can't go back to the beginning where the teleporter is because of this tiny path here. So the way our minions get up with us, we have to go over here.
The blue hive. Return it to the tower and bring our boys home.
And the minions will walk all the way around and they'll meet us right next to ourselves.
Those blues need your help, sire, before they're turned into bird food.
See, our minions have caught up with us now. Raids aren't really needed here.
To lure those birds away.
This area, green's quite helpful.
These blues will help carry the blue hive back to the tower. Brown, green, blues.
And now we've got some blues, so if we lose a minion, they will just revive them again. As you can see right now, except it's interrupted by the cutscene, one of the blues picked up the green's body, and it will take it over to a safe spot and revive it. Like so. So the point of this area was just to get a few more blue souls if you didn't have any, but we had enough at the time.
Blues.
I would recommend 11 or 12 blues.
Brown, greens. Brown, greens.
Because you want 10 blues on the hive and a few extras to revive and to kill some specific things a little bit later. So the reason we went to get the extra minion totem first was so we can bring a few browns. As you want the rest to be greens, and we want a few browns to just help us out.
Blue life force, sire. I don't think I need to tell you what that is good for.
This beetle is running, and I can't get it anymore. Alright, so there was a log back around, which our minions will go to now.
Blues are magic immune, my lord. They are also the only minions that can deal damage to magical beings, like this wisp.
So the reason you want some spare blues in your group is so when these wisps come, you can kill them. There's a little pathway back there, but I think it only leads to a few barrels and a mana pit, which we don't necessarily care about too much. And there's a little puzzle here, because there's a wall which we can't get past. So there's 2 of these walls where you have to move 3 boulders each to open it up. So now we just have to go around, kill a few more wisps.
The wisps are trying to drown your minions. Use your blues quickly.
Even if the wisps did drown the minions, the browns could just, the blues could just revive them. So it's not that bad if any of the minions die anymore. I think there are a couple chests in here which we will grab if these little mushrooms let us past. I think they're here. Yeah, they are. The blues will break these chests quickly, which is nice. Alright, there are also some birds here, which if you didn't have any browns on would be a little bit annoying to deal with. But again, the blues could just revive it again. Or revive your minions again, if you did lose any whilst trying to kill it. You'll see why we need quite a lot of greens later. They're quite important for this area. I think there's another chest hidden somewhere in this place, but I'm not fully sure where. Just remember it being a little bit hidden. I can't find it right now. It might just be me. It might have just been those chests up there, or a different area. So let's hope we didn't miss it, or anything there. There are a few other spots where having browns in this area would be helpful. So this is the area where you would want greens. Quite important for this area. Because of this thing.
Overgrown mute. Crush it at once.
That creature is horrible.
Blues.
The blues can't even revive it. It's got a forever death.
Brown. Green. Blues. You choose all.
You're meant to put some blues on the bottom, so after this guy does something, you're meant to have your greens fall in the water, and then you revive them, but it doesn't work very well. But if you just call them back, and then you can just cycle him like I'm doing right now, this works quite effectively. Because he targets them as soon as they land again. This is how I usually kill him. It's quite simple.
Gather up your minions and get that hive out of there. My feet feel soggy just watching you.
Most people have problems trying to complete that area.
Green.
But if you do what I do, it's quite easy. You just use a single minion to pull him down the first time. Use your greens on him. It might be a little bit hard to target him first, because sometimes your cursor like locks onto the wrong thing. And then from there you just cycle him. So as soon as he goes back up, you call your greens back, and then he jumps down again, and you can put your greens back on him. It's a quite useful strategy that I use. You see where the hive goes fully underwater there? If you were to walk through there, which you can, your head would be the only thing out of the water. It's kind of funny. You know, I'll actually show you that right now. It's quite funny. It's just back here. It's really deep for some reason. Just your head sticking out. Just having a little bath. It's pretty fun. Just having a little bath in the water here. This water's pretty useless. Just making sure you open the bridge back there. There's also some dialogue if you try to stuff your hive into this portal here. If it comes through here, which I think it won't because of that. If you just try stuff it.
Too big, and the object is too big. It's too narrow, sire. It won't fit, sire. It's too narrow, sire. It's too narrow, sire. The object is too big, and the space is too small. Oh, do concentrate, sire. The object is too big. The object is too big. It's too narrow, sire. The object is too big, and the space is too small. Oh, do concentrate, sire.
So this spot has infinite spawning bugs. You need to try get the hive through as quick as possible whilst holding off these bugs. It's really annoying, actually. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's some little frogs now. What did I even say? They drop blue life force as well, which is nice.
Master, the geyser field looks rather dangerous. Use your guard marker ability to carefully guide your minions through.
So
minions are no good to anyone.
This is the only time in the game where you can spin a wheel using a guard marked minion. Otherwise it just doesn't work. It's because there's a cutscene as soon as you get your minion there. Like so, if you ever try use a guard marker to put your minions on a wheel, it just won't work. So just don't even bother trying. So your minion won't walk through. There's actually a little pathway right there. Stops the entire hive, unfortunately.
You choose all.
They commonly put these like mushrooms in the way so that so your hive doesn't get too far ahead and like mess everything up and lose all your minions, which is nice. But it's also kind of annoying how you have to constantly like smash mushrooms.
Green blues.
Alright, so back here is some gold. So if you were to bring 15 blues, then you could also carry this. Or you could just take normal minions first and then switch it out for blues a little bit later. Alright, and they put more mushrooms here so your minions don't walk ahead whilst you do that, which is very nice. Alright, so down here and across here is where the first boulder is to fix that gap there. You can only bring blues here. So what I do for this is I just throw fireballs at them. It's more useful strategy. Usually you'll only have 4 mana by this point, but I have 5 because I did something else, but I don't fully remember. But I've got 5, which is nice. Always you're meant to grab those eggs and try burn the birds in the geysers. But I find it much easier just to burn them all. It only costs 1 fireball each. And boom, first boulder complete. You can open the first boulder, which is right there for some reason. whilst your blues slowly smash these barrels. Luckily there isn't a cutscene for that, because if there was it would be kind of annoying, just continuously showing it. It will show a cutscene for the second one, showing the geysers are open here.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so down here there's this big frog. He'll try to swallow your minions, but if you kill him before he finishes swallowing it, then he just pumps out your minion again, which is nice. Alright, there's some wisps just hiding there. But my blue minions have wrecked those guys. Here's the second boulder that we need. And boom, the geysers are open. So now we can head back up. I don't know where that minion is, but it's stuck somewhere, unfortunately. So we'll just try to find out where he is. He might be in between these two things. He is. Alright, so let's get back in front. And this music here means you've pretty much completed the area. So the only exit is in the water here where these bubbles are. That's the teleporter. So if you had 15 blues you could just walk straight out. But we don't. But there is a blue pot right there, but I wouldn't even bother. And then blue cave has been completed. We now have every minion type in the game, which is nice. And getting that hive just makes that wall disappear. So when we go through here, it makes all our minions except for blues just return back to their homes. So what we want here is that big bag of cash at the back. So what you're meant to do is get the eggs in the middle and then draw the birds back to your minions. So we're going to get our minions first. Sadly you can't choose to fight dodo birds.
These creatures are boombo birds. They are as deadly as they are stupid looking and fiercely protective of their eggs.
So they're not dodo birds, they're boombo birds. And you can, unfortunately you cannot fight them in the dungeon area. Which is sad. So the money bag is at the back. It's a big money bag. Usually they only need 5 minions, but that one needs 7. So somehow these birds can catch fire in the water. Somehow. I don't even know how. So we'll put the blues and guard markers back here. Have these minions ready for when I come back. I'm going to bring a lot of birds back with me.
Blues all.
Alright, let's just bring a bunch of birds back. Alright, we've got a lot chasing us now.
Oh.
Alright, these guys stand no chance, really. I think we need to move those blues a little bit closer. Alright, there's a few more birds still, which didn't decide to come along with us. There's a dodo mask in the water. Unfortunately, all my brands have hats, so we can't see it when we pick it up. Alright, so we can pretty much just finish off these guys by hand or with our blues. Or even both, like we currently are. They're just the smart guys who didn't fall into my trap, pretty much. I don't know what just happened there. I don't think there's anything back here. Just a random area. But there is a gate of, well, a rock wall that we can break down here. I don't know why, there just is. So as you can see in front of that entrance to the blue hive, we've got that flag there, which means we've completed it, which is nice. Alright, so we'll grab that and head back to the portal with it. Get more money than we have already gotten so far, which is nice. Because the money from the blue hive wasn't enough, apparently. So if you're wondering how these guys get across, they walk all the way around. They just walk right on the edge of this hill here, like so. I don't know why any of the other guys were. So next episode we will be heading through there into the under streets, which is how we get into the main city of the game, which is Heaven's Peak City.
Welcome!
Alright, so we should have a new line for those blues.
Warrior of the Watery Ones!
There we go. So, we're going to end the video here now, guys. Thank you for watching this episode. Next episode, as I said, we're going to be heading to the under streets, which is how we get into Heaven's Peak. So I'll see you guys when we get there. So bye for now.